And a good evening to everyone. Hello, hello. And I am back again. Now, I understand that some of you are watching now and thinking, hold on, this is not Croc. Jack promises Croc. Yep, that's kind of a mix-up on my part. What happened was I tried to load up Croc earlier today, and it kept glitching out when I was like 5 minutes in. So I downloaded an update for it, but then all of a sudden the game just kept cutting out. So literally last minute I had to come up with something else. So what I'm playing now, this is literally a last minute decision here, is I'm playing Train Sim World 6. Now, completely out there. But, yep, so what we're going to do now, we're going to get this train ready to go. And hopefully no accidents this time, unlike yesterday's stream where I actually got all the way through the scenario. And what happened was I failed the scenario. So yeah, that was fun. Okay, so when we're all ready to go, let's jump into it. Right, same as yesterday. We're not falling for that same mistake again. Alright, why get out of the chair for? Okay, loading up the passenger desk. So we're driving the same steam locomotive as yesterday. We're driving the Flying Scotsman. Now, we did have some issues on the stream yesterday with this thing. So what happened is that, oh, hi Cherry, and yep, so we had a braking issue, which stopped us from stopping in the right places, but also the train randomly came to a halt for some reason. So hopefully that won't happen again. God, this is my second stream. Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, I've only just literally started streaming, and I'm still new to all this, so if I'm doing anything wrong or doing anything differently to other streamers, do let me know. Oh, alright, so with this scenario, we're actually going from a station called, wait, where is this station called? Seriously, what is this station called again? Ah, I've completely forgotten. Ah, well. We're going from, let's just call this place Mud Pit. Alright, we're going to head to a town called Minehead, which is in the UK. So, thank you, Cherry, I appreciate the support. Right, so we've got 20 seconds, so let's get the train going. So we're going to put the reverser in fully forward. That'll get us moving nicely. And then we're going to take the brakes not fully off just yet. We're just going to wait for the time to go. Beautiful train, isn't it, by all means? Right, that's 4:58. We're going to shut the doors. Brakes off. A little bit of a toot. Why not a toot? Alright, we're going to get her going nice and slow. Any faster will make the wheels slip. Oh, Cherry, you're a train lover. I am too. I am too. Especially these sort of trains here. I have actually driven a steam train in my life. This is going back several years now. Back on a place called the Isle of Wight Steam Railway, where what happened was I was gifted a footplate experience for my birthday, when I was allowed to not only go on the footplate of the steam train, but because it was such a quiet day, they actually allowed me to actually take the controls of the steam train as well. So I was absolutely, I think I must have been only like 15 at the time. So that they're letting a 15-year-old taking the controls of a steam train. So they were either like that eager to have people doing footplate experiences. Right, I've got to get back in the cab because I literally struggled to find this little cog button yesterday. So it stops the steam coming out of the front there. So this is actually the first time I've driven in this direction on this game. So this is going to be interesting. Hopefully we don't have the same mishaps as yesterday, where it actually took me a good 10 minutes just to get the train moving. It was so annoying. I will be honest, I didn't even think I was going to make this stream, to be honest, because I started work this morning at 4:15 a.m. I was absolutely gone. I went to work. Oh yeah, I live in Southampton and drive to London, by the way, so I do that daily, so how I'm still awake now it beggars belief. So yeah, I went to work, got home about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Or was it 1 o'clock? See, I can't even remember that. Typical. Anyway, before I start ranting on about my sleep patterns, yeah, so what I do for a living, I do work at London Heathrow Airport, which makes it fitting considering I'm driving a train, the competitor of the plane. But anyway, yep, so my job is to load up and unload the flights, and also work as aircraft pushback. Now, I've had it in the past where I've said that I'm a pushback to people, and they said to me, wow, you must be really strong to push planes out. I say to them, well, what do you mean? And then they say, well, you must be really strong to be able to push those planes out on your own. And then it just took a few seconds, and then I thought, oh, you think that I actually pushed them out with my bare hands? What sort of bear of a man do you take me for? Seriously? I know, Cherry, right? Right, so I think we're coming up to our first stop now. Or maybe that's just a stop. Ugh. It's weird with this game because I actually find the steam trains easier to drive than the actual modern trains. But in all honesty, even in real life, I prefer steam trains over the modern thing, because modern trains, in my opinion, they're just so uncomfortable. So I know they've got to be all modern and all that, but they're just so uncomfortable. It reminds me of a time, me and my fiance, we come back from London one time, and what happened was the train got completely packed out because something to do with a train being cancelled beforehand, and the aircon on the train was not working. So what happened was we ended up sweating buckets for nearly an hour and a half on a train because there were no seats, and the fact that there was like 2 cruises going out of where we live in Southampton. So we had all these people with their suitcases and all that. It really wasn't helpful. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm happy that these people are going on their cruises and all that, but all at the same time? Seriously, people, I mean, oh, dearie me. Right, how far are we? We're 0.9 miles, so what we're going to start doing is start slowing it down. Yeah, I know, that definitely was a lot. Right. If anyone's watching this chat and they have experience in driving trains like this, or they've played the game in the past, do let me know if I'm doing this wrong, or whether I'm slowing down too early, because to be honest with you, this seems natural to me, but if I'm doing it wrong, please do let me know. Right. I'm not even sure whether this is a station. I think it might be a just a basic stop. You're an experienced train driver, are you, Sammy? Well, in that case then, how fast should I be going right now? How much throttle do I need to put on? If you can answer that, then I bow my head to you. Getting all these warnings coming up saying I'm doing something wrong, but to be honest, everything's just going smoothly. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Saying move the reverser more to the middle. Okay, I've done that. Makes no difference whatsoever. Oh, listen to that. That's the sound of old England. God, can you you imagine living back in the day and whenever you get the train, all you see is this? Can you imagine your daily commute after that? Yeah, I agree. It is lovely countryside. I really love how they've managed to capture that in the game. Right, so we're coming up to what looks like a red signal. Yeah, look at all the countryside. I'll be honest, the one criticism never mind. I was going to say my one criticism where they don't have any animals, but no. There's the cows. I do have to wonder though, when gaming developers make these games, I do wonder, do they actually go to these places and like experience it for cows? Cows. Right, coming up to a halt now. A bit more brake on, because I do not want to go for a red signal, otherwise that is immediate fail. So bringing it down to a nice solid stop. Stop, please stop. Stop. Oh, thank God for that. Wait for 1 minute. Wait for what? What are we waiting for? Next week? Breakfast? Yeah. I do love the fire in there, look at that. Hang on, wait until 1708. Whoa, I'm moving backwards. Put the brakes back on. Put the brakes back on. Come on, Scotty, you do what I say. God. I get you're a famous loco and all that, but do as you're told. This is not 1 minute. This is like tea time. To be honest, the amount of time we're waiting, I think it probably would be time for tea. Oh, I could use a tea right now. Tea with milk and two sugars for me. Sometimes 3, depending on how much energy I need. Oh, come on. What are we waiting for? Seriously. So yeah, anyone who doesn't know, the Flying Scotsman here is actually quite a famous engine. So she's actually been to both America and Australia. So in America, she actually very nearly didn't come home. She actually spent, I'm not exactly sure because I remember seeing it on a documentary one time. I think it was months to years. She was like in a parking lot in one of the cities of America, just rusting away because the guy that took her there ran out of money for their tour, and she was just left to rot there. Think to yourself, why would you let something just sit there and rot? I mean, I get it's for money reasons, but it's a steam engine. You don't just leave something like that just lying around like a tissue or something. Right, let's head forward. Signal down. Right, let's get a move in. Again, nice and slow so we don't have any wheel slip, because any wheel slip and the train will struggle to get going. Maybe I should do a stream where I do have the Thomas and Friends mod for this game. So maybe I should do a stream where I actually drive Thomas the Tank Engine along this route. God, that'd be a weird stream, wouldn't it? Exactly, oh fun. That would be quite the weird stream. Well, in all honesty, it still is a weird stream. The fact I was supposed to be playing Croc right now, but because the game decided to have a funny 5, I don't even know what exactly happened. I mean, it's been working fine, but then when I tried to do like a test stream earlier on, the game just lasted about 5 minutes, and then it just kept cutting out. I don't know whether that's a problem with the game or the problem with my PS5. It still baffles me. So the route we're taking today, and according to what the scenario said, this route is going to take about an hour and a half. So that was the first bit done there. I think this is our first actual passenger stop, Bishop Lydiard, which is actually the stop it. Oi! Open the doors. Welcome everyone. Tickets please. Oh God, that guy's got bold. Jesus. So yep, Bishop Lydyard. This is the end of the line for the West Somerset Railway. I think the part we started in was kind of like a service stop in real life. I'm not 100% sure. I've never been to the West Somerset Railway personally. Hang on, we're here for 7 minutes? 8 minutes? I think it's tea time again. What do you think, chat? Tea time again? Bring out the tea! Whoa, my train was full. Wow. We've got the rush hour of my Bishop Lydyard here. But we're here for 8 minutes. What? Why would the game do that? Make you sit here for 8 minutes? I mean, I could prep the train ready to go. I mean, I'll do that right now. Put reverser in full forward and then that's it. 8 minutes. What are you waiting around for? Should I take a selfie with someone? Let's go down there and go, selfie guys! Oh, 8 minutes. Let's have a look around Bishop Lydyard. Let's have a look. Table mustard. Insist upon having. Nope, hate mustard. Cough cure. It's new apparently. Lozenges. Oh, I could use one of them at work today. Because we had a mass walkout at work today. Well, not today, but a few days ago. It's because of the hot conditions. Some people are just like, you know what, I can't work like this anymore. Table mustard, I know, right? What's wrong with just mustard? What's this? Shredded. Oh, what's that? Shredded suet? Sweet suet? Is that French? It sounds French. Sold in cardboard boxes. Well, I can't walk out. I can't walk out. I need my job. If I walk out, I'm losing a heck of a lot of money. It wouldn't shut down the airport per se. What would happen was the flights were still going, but they were running a bit behind schedule. So, like yesterday, I was on a flight, and it was only going to Manchester, which from Heathrow is about 40 minutes. And but the flight was delayed by an hour and a half, purely because the zone that had the mass walkout, it was just short-staffed. I mean, I get times are tough, but I'm sure they had their own reasons for walking out, but just having a mass walkout like that, I mean, it makes the rest of us suffer. I mean, like, I'm a supervisor in my job, and the fact that the part that walked out we actually needed, it's actually really essential to our job. I mean, it's so annoying. Oh, how long have we got left? We've still got 5 minutes. There's no one on the platform. Are we waiting for another train or something? I imagine this is similar to any of our viewers across the Atlantic. I imagine this is very similar to what they have, just single track like this. This game is too real. I know, right? The graphics are really, really cool. Like, they even include like drink fizzy refreshments. That is an old sign, because that's basically second nature to us modern people. Motor spirit oil. Is that like car oil? I assume so. I'm starting to wonder that myself, Cherry. I mean, are they like preparing to take an awesome selfie or something for when the train goes? Are they just going to jump out? What? I mean, if they're queuing up to get back on the train, I mean, just get back on. I mean, the train's going to be here long enough. You got long enough. You got all the time in the world. Oh dear. But I think this. Even though you think they're waiting to do that, seriously? I mean, if they're going to do it, I mean, why not just do it like protesters and just do like a human chain across the tracks? Well, in all honesty, in the UK, they're kind of doing that now. Oh, but I think this is based on like a modern railway, because you can see in the car park, excuse me, parking lot to our American viewers. So I think this is how it maybe not exactly how it looks, but maybe a similar representation. I just really hope that the developers didn't just take photos and then say, oh yeah, let's just run with that. Maybe the train's too close? Oh, maybe, yeah. I did stop awfully far forward. So maybe you're right. Maybe I glitched the game. I mean, I'm not exactly that close. I mean, walk, people. I get your AI brains are really slow, but still. I remember this game in the past when the people would actually walk across the tracks, even though the train was literally about to pass over it. I remember playing it one time, and they were walking across there, and they would just carry on walking, and I was literally had a person in between the buffers here, and I was pushing them all the way up the line, and then they just kind of glitched out. So, yeah, this game has actually come quite a long way since then. They're basically promoting the idea of people, it's fine to jump in front of a train. Not that I promote that. I do not promote that. Just make that clear. Right. We're down to a minute. See these carriages? This is how the trains in the UK used to be back in the day. And to be honest, we have taken such a downgrade. I mean, look in there, look. Look at those really comfy seats. I bet they're really spongy as well, so they're really comfortable. Our modern trains, I'm just going to say it, they're just garbage. Absolute garbage. I am a train lover, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy travelling on a train, especially long distance. Yeah, of course, no worries, Cherry. We're going to be here for the next 30 seconds while we're in the station, but this is going to be a long stream, because by the looks of it, it's going to take us a while. Okay, right, we're down to 20 seconds at last. If we have issues now, after all this long wait, I kid you not, I'm probably going to rage quit. Right, 10 seconds to go at last. Oi, oi, oi. Right, let's get the brakes off. Do a quick toot. Lock the doors. Alright, off we go. Oh, that was an odd creak. Oh, easy girl, easy. I'm just as eager to leave as you. Adios, amigos! Alright, it's only 10 miles an hour leaving the station. Understandable. Right. Driving, see, I lost points there for driving over the speed limit. It was wheel slip. I wasn't moving. And what annoys me with this level is the fact that the fastest you can ever take a train on this line is 25 miles an hour. Which, to be honest, when you've got a train like this, all you want to do is just max it. Take it up to the level. The only time I think I've taken this train... Yeah, I know, it's stupidly slow. I don't know how fast that is in kilometers an hour, but yeah, 25 miles an hour in a train that all you want to do is speed is ridiculous. Alright, let's pick her up at 25 miles an hour. Ugh, 25 miles an hour. Get her up there. So yeah, I am such a train lover. I mean, I've taken so many long distance trains in my lifetime. Well, I say that I've taken probably 3 of the long distance ones here in the UK. So my crowning achievement definitely has to be Portsmouth to London, and then London up to Inverness. So that was back when I used to work for South Western Railway. So a perk of that job was that you get free train travel on all their routes. So the train from Portsmouth to London was free, but then once you get up to London, another part of that journey. This is before I met my fiance, who was actually from London. I had to go across London on my own on the Underground. I mean, it was only one tube train, which I didn't mind, but when you're not used to crowds like I am, I know I work in an airport, so that sounds strange. But anyway, yeah, so Underground to King's Cross Station, and then I decided to go all out with that route. I do not love my London crowds. I mean, seriously, London is way too busy, even at the quietest of times. Like, even when I go up to the outskirts of London, like to somewhere like, let's say, for example, East Croydon, which is just on the outskirts of London, I panic. I'm the equivalency of a, what's the right words here? I heard someone, not going to say who, aka my fiance, call me a country bumpkin. I believe she called me one time, and to be honest, she's kind of right. But anyway, so back to the trip. So yeah, I did decide to go all out with that journey, and no shame at all, absolutely right. I did decide to go all out with that journey because I had a discount rail card at the time too. So I went first class from King's Cross to Inverness. So that was the equivalency back then of about £50, which nowadays you're lucky to get train tickets for maybe half that. So I looked it up one time a few months ago to go up to Inverness on the train again, and to do first class, even with a rail card, it came to like £180. Where has that £130 come from? Oh, is it right? I'm no good at math, so I can't work that out. So yeah, I had a first class lounge at the train station, so that was a win-win. Got to sit there until my train goes out. A really nice reclining leather seat on the train. Why is my train slowing down? Anyway, first class leather seats, 3 meals on the train, because the train itself was 8 hours, which sounds like a long time, but if you find the right thing in order to pass the time, like I myself, I took my laptop with me at the time, and I was just watching movies on the train. I think I watched, if I remember right, I was watching Speed. Great movie to watch. Although it does make you wonder, please don't let this train go any faster. I don't want to repeat. Yeah, 8 hours. It was absolutely brilliant. So, oh, we're slowing down again. Why are we slowing down again? I think it's a hill, so I need to pick up the pace a little bit here. Started slowing down to 15 mile an hour for some bizarre reason. Yeah, so 3 meals on the train, and it left King's Cross around about 12 o'clock midday. Yeah, I've heard of that train. Isn't that called, what's it called? It's called the Canadian, right? I'd love to take that train, but I've seen it on YouTube a couple of times, and it looks absolutely amazing. But I imagine taking a train like that not only would be expensive, but I imagine you have to take that at the exact right time of year. Because if you take it because I imagine that route being in Canada and all, you'd want to see all the snow and all that, but if you go too far in the summer, it'll just be, well, normal scenery, I imagine. I mean, I've never been to Canada, so I'm not entirely sure what scenery you'd see. The only thing I can think of is a moose. First thing that comes to mind when I think of Canada. Moose. Okay, how far we got to go to... Okay, so our next stop is called Crocombe Heath. Heathfield? Crocombe Heathfield. I imagine that's a popular route, popular station on this route. So yeah, the other routes I've taken was London Euston to Manchester, which doesn't seem all that far if you look at it on a map. But again, I went first class on that. Ah, we're speeding! No, 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 no. Slow it down, slow it down. Down. Thank you. Do as you're told. The Rocky Mountaineer, yes, that's a good one to do. I think that one goes out of Vancouver, if I remember right. I think I've seen that one on YouTube as well. I think the YouTuber was called, if anyone wants to look it up, the YouTuber was called Trek Trendy. So go and have a look at his YouTube channel. He does all these really cool routes, and he all does first class. He always does the like highest version of class when doing it. So like the last video I think I remember him doing was like flying around the world in first class using like the high-end airlines like Emirates and Qatar and things like that. And you do have to wonder though, when you see people doing that, that can't just be like a YouTube paycheck, surely. They must do something worthwhile. I honestly think Trek Trendy, I think he works for NASA because he's always wearing like NASA hoodies and NASA pin badges and stuff. But by all means, go and check out his channel and you'll see what I mean when he takes all these really awesome routes. It's cool. Right, we're a mile away from Crocombe, so we're going to start slowing it down. I did it again, didn't I? I slowed down way too early. I've really got to get out of that habit. Maybe that's just a reflection of what I am in real life. Slow. Oh, that is a nice sound. I wonder if that's how she sounds in real life. I was actually close to seeing the Scotsman once when I was working for South Western Railway. The call centre I worked at was actually at Southampton Central Station, and we had it one time where the Scotsman was going to pass through, but sod's law, I got a phone call because I worked in customer service. I got a phone call literally at the moment Flying Scotsman went through. I was so devastated because all my colleagues were at the window watching it go by, and there was me on a phone call. I was absolutely... Oh, I thought to myself, am I ever going to see this engine or what? I think that probably now, the way I'm looking at it now, is probably the closest I'm ever going to see this engine. Because even if you try and book a seat on this thing, not only are the tickets expensive, but they're sold out like years in advance. Like even if you try in the UK to book one of these steam train experiences, they get booked up so far in advance. I mean, not saying anything bad about them, but most of the people that book them, they're all pensioners, all oldies. So, because I did manage to get on one. This is going back years ago now. I did manage to get on a experience, but literally a week before the train was due to go, we got an email from them saying, oh, due to like technical issues with the steam train, we've had to change it to just a normal train, which, to be honest, was a bit of a letdown, but we still had the experience at hand, so we just went out and enjoyed ourselves, and I was proven right. The train was littered with the old. Right, now approaching Crocombe. We're under 20 mile an hour, so we don't have to worry about speeding or anything. Again, if anyone is watching this stream now, yeah, we made the most of it, absolutely. You've got an experience like that. Yeah, it sucks you don't get the full full experience with the steam train, but when you have something like that, something that books really far in advance, make the most of it. Don't just go, oh well, that's rubbish now, I'm going to cancel it. No, make the most of it. Make the most of what you get in life, is my opinion. Someone gives you grapes, freaking eat the whole lot. Right, slowing it down, nice and easy. We're going to see if we can get on the spot this time. Take the brake off. All the brake. Full service. Uh-oh. 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 Ah, god damn it. Well, that sucked. Why would you put the signal right on the end like that? Well, I mean, that happened. Okay, well that happened. I'll tell you what. I wasn't going to do this, but what I'm going to do, I was going to do this originally on this game, but I passed because I thought it'd be way too weird. I'm going to treat you guys to Thomas and Friends. Why on earth not? So let's see, because why not? Yes, exactly. So we'll do see if we can find the same route that we did in the Scotsman before it went haywire. Let's do this one. Okay. Wow, that's a different speedo. There we go. Complete opposite to what the Scotsman is. I do actually have the Wonders of Sodor as well, where you can actually drive on the actual island. He does look glorious, doesn't he? He looks absolutely amazing. I don't get why he has to shut his eyes tight when he's whistling. Look, watch. Maybe it's painful. Oh, hang on. I thought that guy had pink hair then. I was about to say that was some interesting life choices. Although I can't really say that. I have seen some interesting hairstyles when working at Heathrow Airport. I mean, I've actually seen one guy, he actually had a green afro. A green afro. Now, he must really be loving life. Right, that's the door shut. Alright, let's see if we can do a much better job of this than we did in the Scotsman. God, what a... I really did not expect the stream to go like that. Failing a scenario. Exact same thing happened yesterday on my previous stream, where we managed to do the entire route, and then we had to disconnect the train and park up. This one certainly does. I mean, yeah, in this train, all you have to do is basically just push the throttle down just to keep the speed up. I mean, I'm literally not touching the controls right now, and he's just moving forward happily. Oh, he's Thomas. Of course he'd pull along happily. I'd raise some concerns otherwise. Yeah, but the Scotsman was a completely different kettle of fish entirely. You had to worry about all these valves. Happy train, yeah, happy train. Yeah, so the Scotsman, you had to think about all the different valve placements. You had to put the right amount of brakes on. It was a entirely different beast entirely. I mean, even if you go to the modern trains that you can drive on this route, again, there's so much you have to do just to get the train moving. I mean, I know that's probably what they are like in real life, but I mean, hats off to those that drive them on a daily basis. I mean, I did one time actually apply to be a train driver, And I got through the application process, no problem, no sweat. But then they sent me this link where I had to complete a scenario where I had to... Basically, I had two screens in front of me. And yeah, that would have been an awesome job, driving trains around all day. Yeah, so what you had to do, you had two screens in front of you. And you had to prioritize both. But only focus on one. It sounds strange, but I think the idea is that you've basically got to multitask what you're doing. So, like, you've got to be able to look forward, but at the same time, you've got to be looking at your controls, because, especially in the UK, there are some parts where you have to go, like, way above the speed, like, maybe 90, maybe 100 miles an hour, depending on what job you're working in. Like Thomas here is so much easier to drive than the Scotsman. All I have to do is keep the throttle up. I don't have to go anywhere near the brakes. Let's have a look at him. Hi! Give us a whistle. Happy days. There's Annie there. She looks in a world of her own. How about Clarabelle at the back? That must sucks to be Clarabelle. Only be able to see the... Oh, God. Can't control the camera there. Yeah, only be able to see stuff as it goes by. Well, in all honesty, I think Annie has it worse. The fact she has to look at Thomas's... Yep, we'll leave it at that. Cows! Cows! Cows, cows. Yeah, I try not to cuss on my channel. I know I've only done 2 streams so far, but I really do try not to cuss. The only time I truly do cuss, and I know there's someone watching right now that would disagree with me, the only time I cuss is when I'm driving with my road rage and at work. Probably going to get a message any moment now saying, "You absolute liar." Right, so we have started the opposite way round with this route. We're going from Minehead, which is where we originally were supposed to be heading in the Scotsman. But hopefully, this train won't be as bad. It will not be as bad. I probably took the easy way out, driving Thomas. I could have just driven another train. But you know what? Thomas is fun. I have to make up for that shambles I did with the Scotsman, so consider this my penance. Consider this my... Could we call it a punishment? For failing at the Scotsman? See, how much better was that braking? If I was in the Scotsman right now, that would have been game over. Again, why is it 5 miles an hour along here? I mean, we go through crossings all the way through this route, but the fact that it's 5 miles an hour across this one, it's really strange. What, is the crossing made of cheese or something? Cheese and crackers. It's actually kind of hard to keep a train from... Yes, cheese, cheese and more cheese, exactly. It ain't easy being cheesy. Alright, coming to a stop now. Oh, look at that. Bang on the money. Thank you very much. Right, so this is called Dunster. Dunster. There's a few people at work I could call that. Dunces. Jesus. Yes, I do love cheese. I absolutely love cheese. I never said I didn't like cheese at all. Absolutely love cheese. The only cheese I hate, and some people may disagree with me, the only cheese I absolutely hate is brie. That cheese, for me, is one to be desired. I do like goat's cheese, though. That is my go-to when it comes to cheese. I love how we've gone from talking about train crossings to cheese. Wow, this stream has really taken a turn, hasn't it? Maybe I should come to call this stream the Cub Stream. The Cub Stream. That's a stream for you, exactly. As a fellow streamer, you know very well. 1 minute you could be playing games happily, then all of a sudden, straight down the toilet. Hang on, people, hang on. Easy does it, easy. I get you on a ride on Thomas, but take it easy now. There's loads. There's literally no space left to sit down. Oh, must be popular. Well, it's Thomas the Tank Engine. Of course he's popular. Exactly. Okay, right. And that's a point with Thomas as well compared to the Scotsman. You don't have to actually put on a brake. Yes, the Thomas Express. Yes, we'll be that. Yeah, so with Thomas, you don't have to actually put on a brake. All you have to do is basically brake to stop, and then you just leave him. Whereas the Scotsman, you have to keep the brake on. I mean, if you remember from when we were driving the Scotsman, the brake came off for some bizarre reason, and they started rolling backwards. Where with Thomas, it doesn't do that. So I guess I could be right in saying that if you're new to this game and you're learning how to drive, this particular pack is probably best for beginners because it allows you to get the feel of the train. Right, so we're off again. Blue Anchor is our next stop. Now, if I remember right, Blue Anchor, considering we're driving a blue train, that seems convenient. Yeah, Blue Anchor is the seaside part of Minehead, of this particular route, if I remember right. So hopefully, there'll be lots of lovely scenery on this part. All right, that's 10 mile an hour again. Why? All right, come on, up to 25. Are we going up to 25 at some point? No? Why not? Come on, up to 25. Why don't I say it like that? 25, 25. Oh wow, lots of... Is that cornfield? Excellent. I should know what a cornfield looks like now. I do watch Clarkson's Farm on Prime, and watching a right up-to-date one, so... He must be struggling right now with the way the weather's been in the UK. We've had literally no rain for the equivalency of probably a month, and it is a great show, absolutely great show. Yeah, but watching Clarkson's Farm, the most heartbreaking part of Clarkson's Farm, I mean, spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't seen it, was when all the pigs started dying. I mean, when I first watched that for the first time, I was just like, oh my god, that is like so incredibly sad. Oh my god, no. Straight for a glass of water, I think. Or a cup of tea, whichever you prefer. Oh, that sounded terrible. Wow. To be honest, I could go for some grub right now. That's a point. If you were on the Thomas Express, as we come to call this, I wonder what meals they serve on board. That would be an interesting... Not that you can get meals on board. I mean, they look like they're packed in like sardines at the moment. Yeah, if you were catering on the Thomas service, what would you be serving your passengers? I'd love to know. I think probably the best you probably get out of it is maybe a sandwich. Well, in all honesty, that's the most you get. The sloppiest soup ever. Yeah, the sloppiest soup. Probably, maybe, let's go with pea soup, probably. I say pea soup because I watched the movie The Witches last night. Great movie. And the pea soup that turned them all into rats. I mean, I'll probably watching that. I never touched it beforehand, but I'll probably never touch pea soup after watching that movie. It literally put me off it. Well, in all honesty, I don't eat vegetables. Some of you will probably say, hang on, no, you're having us on. No, I kid you not, this body of mine has never seen a single vegetable in its life. I mean, saying that, I do eat potatoes, and that is a vegetable, but never as a potato. So, like, I have mini potatoes. How am I alive? I do question that every day. I do question how I'm alive not living on vegetables. I mean, my parents told me I did used to eat vegetables in my childhood. Like, they told me I used to eat beetroot, which I find that very hard to believe. Yeah, I probably am considered a nutter. Well, I'm a nutter to the day... Oh, wow, look at that. Lovely beach. I guess I was right in saying that it was a seaside park. But yes, I am a nutter, and I'm damn well proud of it. Nutters to the end. Yeah, they used to say beetroot, bananas, and apples. I mean, bananas and apples I can sort of understand, but beetroot, I can't even stand the smell of the stuff, let alone eating the stuff. I mean, someone opens a jar of beetroot, I literally hold my nose. I mean, ugh. I do not love a beetroot salad. If you put a salad in front of me, you will be wearing it. No matter who you are, whether you're my parents or loved ones or friends, you will be wearing that salad if you say, put it in front of me and say, eat it. I'm sorry, but that's how much I detest a salad. Right, we're at our next stop, Blue Anchor. I think there is a stop on this route, I could be wrong, where it stops you right by the sea. It could be this one here, I could be wrong. It might be this one, but I think the next stop stops sooner. So yep, this is Blue Anchor, and if you actually go on YouTube, you can actually see a live camera feed from this station. I don't know where the camera is mounted exactly. I think it's mounted on this building here, where you can actually see the operations going, and it looks really, really cool. I've got a habit of watching live cameras these days. I mean, like, I've recently found one where it was a live feed of New York City in Times Square, and seeing all the vibe of the place is absolutely unreal. I mean, I have been to New York myself, but this was going back years and years ago, back when I was in college. So New York's probably changed way, way too much then. Speaking of New York, I'm not sure if anyone knew this, but apparently during COVID, when everything had to shut down, hotels and everything like that, I could be wrong in saying this, but apparently in New York, they were actually housing homeless people in the hotels, which is admirable, don't get me wrong, giving them a place to stay in closed hotels, but wow, I mean, the fact they use hotels to house... So what happens when COVID finished? What, they just went to all the homeless people and went, right, we're reopening now, bugger off. Well, probably not bugger off, they're American, so I don't know what exactly they'd say. Oh my god, a New York hot dog is amazing. If anyone's been to New York, if you go to one of those hot dog stands and something not as nice, yeah, probably. They are New Yorkers, so they probably got something much harsher up their sleeves. But yeah, if you ever go to New York, my first thing I would say to you is find a hot dog stand, one of those ones that are being carted around. Their hot dogs are absolutely to die for. I mean, you can probably go to a proper store and get a proper one, but you can't say you've had the proper New York experience unless you've gone to a hot dog stand. I mean, what would you class? I mean, okay, so here's one for the chat. If you were going to New York, what would be your go-to first thing when you get there? So would you say, oh, I'm going to go on like a food binge or something? Will you go to all the sites? I'd love to know everyone's choice. If they ever went to New York, what would they do first? Oh my god, yes, New York pizza. Some of my college friends actually did that. They went to, I don't know what the store was actually called, but the pizza slice they bought, I mean, It was the size of the equivalency of a UK large pizza. It was massive. I asked them how much they bought it for, and they said it was like, they come to, I think it was like $18. $18 for a slice of pizza. That was, and they said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to eat all this," and I thought, I was lost for words. I was literally lost for words. And then some days, because we had to stay in a group in New York, because we were told that to always stay in like group of 3 or minimum. But anyway, of all the places to go to in New York, they had all these amazing food places. They all choose to go to Subway. I mean, we have Subway in the UK, but you choose to go to Subway out of all those places. Oh, I mean, what were they thinking? Yeah, Times Square, definitely Times Square. I mean, I visited Times Square and I wish I'd taken more photos. I mean, literally the first time I went to New York, and this is so annoying. I literally took, I know this was a few years ago and phones are only just becoming a thing, but I literally took one of those disposable cameras. One of the ones where you run out of film and you actually have to go and print them out. I was so annoyed when that was all I had to take photos of New York. I mean, I made a picture frame out of them. Because what I do... Yeah, I mean, some people say the Olive Garden is overrated, but I mean, I can't speak from experience. I've never actually been to it, but the reviews I've seen of the place, I wish I had tried it in New York. I did see it. I did walk past it. What else did I do in New York? Yep, I went to Central Park. Now, that was amazing, because we went there in January, I think it was. And so this was just after the new year. But New York, during summer sales, not summer sales, the January sales, where everything was discounted. Macy's, here we come. You want a never-ending pasta bowl? Oh my god. What sort of pasta, Sammy? What sort of pasta would you go for? If I was choosing pasta, I would definitely go for a carbonara. That would be my go-to. Carbonara is my go-to every time. I mean, I cook pasta at home. Oh, penne Alfredo. Oh, that is a great choice. Alfredo. We've got Alfredo lovers here, it seems. I'm going to be absolutely embarrassed now. What exactly is in the Alfredo? I mean, I've seen the Alfredo, but I've always questioned what exactly is in it. I mean, it's probably self-explanatory, and I'm being an absolute idiot right now. Mostly cheese. Oh, okay. So it's like a cheese pasta. Huh. So there's no like vegetables in it, or anything like that. Oh, fair play. I mean, the only pasta I came close to having vegetables in it, and this is one that I make at home, it was cheese, ham, and leek. Cheese, ham, and leek. Now that was one to be desired, I will say. It certainly had an interesting scent to it when you were cooking. Cheese, ham, and leek. Ugh. Oh, there can't be any worse than the pasta I tried a couple of years ago. It was macaroni cheese in a tin. Blech. Never ever again. I took one bite and I kid you not, I nearly puked. Exactly, yeah. Ew. I mean, how many things can you actually name that are good in a tin? I mean, hot dogs are good in a tin. I know most of the time you actually sell them in a jar, but I've actually had hot dogs from a tin, and they're actually not bad. What else is good in a tin? I've had spaghetti rings and sausages in a tin. They're pretty good. Can anyone else name anything that's good in a tin? And please don't make some wise crack saying you probably good in a tin. Right, so we're just coming up to our next stop, which is called Washford. Washford. Soup in a tin. Actually, to be honest, I've not had a soup in a tin for years, so I can't really say whether that's good or not. I remember it being chicken soup. But then after that, and most things nowadays that normally you can get in a soup, you can get in these like sachets, if I remember right. You get them in like a chicken noodle soup. Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, it was actually really, really good. Oh, my camera work here really is something to be desired, isn't it? It's just hard to find the right angle because when you're playing a game like this, you want the best angle so you can see like the route. You know what? Playing this now, I'm actually glad we failed that Scotsman scenario because I'm actually able to enjoy the chat and enjoy the game and not have to worry about throttle settings or brake settings or anything like that. God, can you imagine if I decided to drive one of those Japanese ones? Oh my God, I've actually seen one of those. I actually had to go here. I couldn't even move the thing. But yeah, if the chat prefers I drive Thomas and Friends rather than normal trains, do let me know because, well, what was wrong with the Japanese ones? There was so many different settings you had to do just to get the train moving. Like you had to like raise like cables, you had to do like circuit breakers and all that. And the thing is, because of the scenario, there's no like prompts to tell you where everything is, so you literally have to feel the thing out. It was so complicated. I think because I'm quite stubborn, and probably people know me as stubborn, ha ha ha, I wouldn't quit trying to get it going, and I swear to God, I was on that for about half an hour, just simply trying to get the train moving. Right, so this is Washford, ladies and gents. I'm guessing, looking around, this is probably like a service depot for the West Somerset Railway. Yeah, of course, no worries, Cherry. We'll see you in a bit. God, can you imagine living here when the West Somerset Railway is in full swing? Not only to get some excellent views, but can you imagine the crowds? Oh, hello, mate. You look like you've just been on a walk. Washford Station. Oh, this one's got a museum. Oh, nice. How's Thomas doing? We all good, Thomas? Happy days, happy days. What were we talking about? Yeah, the Japanese trains. Yeah, so if you want to be really technical with your trains, I'd say give the Japanese ones a go. Or heck, even some of the American trains I've seen on this, they follow something similar. So if you want to be really technical with your train driving, go and give them a go. Right, off we go. See, this is what I mean. Thomas just set off, and he's gone. The Scotsman, you'd have to balance that throttle just to get the wheels moving, and then it slowly pick up the speed. So, to be honest, and feel free to say no way, but I would say the Scotsman would probably be slower than Thomas on this route. I mean, on the Scotsman route though, you kept waiting in the platforms for so long. Like, before we failed the scenario, we were like in the station there for like nearly 10 minutes, like 8 minutes. Why? I get it's a famous train and people want to take photos and everything, but 8 minutes? 8 minutes? I can't really. Oh dear, dear, dear. If anyone remembers watching Thomas and Friends as a kid, I mean, in fact, what do you think of that new series that they're trying to bring out of Thomas and Friends? They're making like an up-to-date version of it. I mean, they tried that before. It was like an animated version, and I wasn't even going to touch that with a barge pole. I mean, seriously. They've kind of... This is just my own personal opinion, so if anyone has their own opinion, do vent it. But the fact that they made it animated kind of ruined it for me, I hate to say. because I grew up when Thomas first came out. I think it came out. I'm not entirely sure. Someone in the comments who may know, do tell me. But yeah, I grew up with the model trains, Thomas, so that's my go-to. Again, another slow crossing. Why? I don't even think it was the crossing. We slowed right down to 10 mile an hour for no reason, and the 10 mile an hour was there. So we've literally slowed down for no reason. Oh dear. But again, why is it 10? Maybe it's because of this house up here. Oh, it's a farm. Ah. Oh, and the cows. Oh, is it one of them cow crossings? Right. It's a cow crossing. Running through there. How are we doing, Thomas? We all good? Happy days. What were we talking about earlier? Oh yeah, New York. Yeah, I mean, where else could we want to visit? I did visit the World Trade Center, but this was back when it was still a building site. It hadn't been converted into the tower that it is today. And we sort of had to visit that site. I mean, because of the... This was back when I was doing flight attendant training in college. I did 2 years of that, and both years I went to New York. I know you can't really say why you're going there twice in a year. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's New York. Of course you're going to go. Yeah, it was actually part of the course to go to New York. I think that was partly down to the fact that you had to like observe the flight attendants on the flight out, but I think we were more concerned about the fact that we were going to New York. But I will say, anyone that's going to New York, I must warn you in advance, the customs queue, depending on which flight you get, was ridiculous. I think we must have been waiting in customs in New York for probably around 30, maybe 45 minutes max. It was insane. And this is me working as a line. I'm going to part some advice to some of you people. If you want to avoid the long American customs queues and you're traveling from the UK, go via Dublin. I know that sounds strange, but what happens is you fly to Dublin, but you clear US customs in Dublin. And then what happens is you then fly from Dublin to New York or Los Angeles or wherever it is you're flying to, and you just walk out. You don't have to worry about the long customs queue after you've just done a long distance flight. You just walk out, grab your bags and walk out. So if anyone's looking to travel to New York from the UK, or in fact anywhere in America, the only thing is I think that's the same for Canada. I could be wrong. I think it's just America, but I'm not 100% sure whether in Canada it's the same. Right, so we're coming up to now Watchet. Watchet. Am I pronouncing that right? Watchet? Watchet. Do comment if I'm saying that right. I think this is the stop, if I remember right. It's only one platform, but it's like a really small station. And I think it's right by the sea. I could be right. I think Blue Anchor was the sea one. And this is like a seaside town. Wait, slow down. We're supposed to be doing 20 mile an hour through here. See, again, right there, I started speeding. I just literally dabbed the throttle, and Thomas slowed right down. That was insane. I guess... Yeah, okay, going back to what I said earlier about learning the route and learning how to drive a train, I absolutely 100% would recommend driving Thomas along this route just to either learn it or get the feel for driving a train. I mean, yeah, you're stuck at 25 mile an hour, which sucks, but you're able to learn the route and learn where all those speed limits are. So when you do come eventually to driving other steam trains, or even the modern trains, you get an idea of where to stop things. Right, coming into Watchet. Oh, this is a small station, isn't it? Loads of people want to get on, but considering we are the Thomas Express, I doubt anyone's going to want to get off either. Into a halt right there. There we go. Right, so we're here for about 3 minutes. No one's getting on. Well, in all fairness, no one's... Yep, people are getting off. You tell this is one of those games where they just use one character model and just base it off that. I think I've seen the same person in the train about 5 times. Like blue hat there. Oh no, pink hat. Why would you wear a pink hat? Purple hat. Oh no, pink hats. That is pink, isn't it? Or am I colourblind? Right, let's have a look around Watchet. See if we can find any of those weird signs. Here we go. Household luxury curtains. Okay, moving on. Oh, what have we got here? We got all the signs there. Ooh! Oh, what have we got there? Along the coast from Minehead, through the countryside to Bishop Lydyard. Ah, okay, so we must be leaving the sea now. Oh, that's a shame. God, church. Oh my God, imagine getting married there and coming out to this. I would not be surprised if people in the past have got married there and then walked over and had a special train, like a wedding train, on hand. It would not surprise me if that has happened in the past. Can you imagine getting married and then going straight onto a steam train? That would be awesome. That would be truly awesome. Although, I have seen it on Facebook where... This is me speaking for wedding prep here. I have seen people online where they've actually hired out and like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang to be their wedding car. Can you imagine that? Chitty Chitty Bang Bang getting married in. Wow. That would be amazing. Has got the cogs turning for my own wedding. Not getting married though until next September though. So I do have a long while to wait. Well, I say we have a long while to wait. Oh, but it's going to be totally worth it. Totally worth it. Right, how long we got left? Got a minute left. So, what do you think of the stream so far, people? This is my second longest stream. It's probably longer than expected because of what happened with the failed scenario with the Scotsman. But, oh, thank you, Cherry. Thank you for the great stream. Thank you. Yeah, so it has gone on a little bit, may go on a little bit longer than expected, but I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Hope you enjoy my, should we call it waffling on? Ranting on? However you want to put it. Right, we're just coming up to go time, so we get ready to close these doors. I haven't seen closing the doors yet. There we go. Alright. Off we go! Oh, no, 10 mile an hour. Slow right down. There we go. Again, why 10? It's like London. If you go anywhere around London, it's all 20 mile an hour. Why? Short whistle. Oh, it is by the sea. Look at that. Oh, it's like a port? It's like a little port town. We've got a port town near where I live down here, and always with a port town, and if you ever go to a port town in the UK, I personally say it is compulsory to get fish and chips. Seaside fish and chips. There is no comparison. We actually I think it was last year or the year before, we went on a couple of little trips around the UK because we weren't going on holiday properly that year, I don't think. So we went to a couple of seaside towns in the UK, and we actually tried the different versions of fish and chips. And I think we went to Brighton, the Isle of Wight, and our nearest town nearest to us. And I would say we went to Weymouth as well, which is in the UK, in Dorset. And out of all of them, I would have to say Weymouth were the best with their fish and chips. I mean, massive piece of fish. I mean, my fiance doesn't eat fish, so she had the Weymouth wins. Yeah, definitely Weymouth wins. She had a, if I remember right, a battered sausage and chips. Oh my god, that reminds me of an embarrassing time I'm not allowed to mention, because if my other half finds out that I mentioned it, she would probably come into the room right now and shoot me. Literally. And she will not hesitate either. Oh wow, check out the scenery. Look at that. Oh, 50 mile an hour. So right down. There we go. Again, if that was in the Scotland, that would have been bye-bye scenario. Look at that for a view. I like that they stepped up the scenery in these games. It's not like I used to play these train sims in the past, and everything was just so blocky. It would say it's going from somewhere that I know to somewhere that I know, but it just didn't look like it was. But nowadays, you get it in here. Like they've got a route in this. It goes from Paddington to Reading, and I have been to both, and I've played it in this game, and it looks exactly like it. Not to worry, people. We're not supposed to stop here, so I have not lost my marbles and missed the station. Hang on, just need to have a little cough a minute. My apologies there. Alright, let's get it back up to speed. Williton up. I think that's where we failed the scenario with the Scotsman, if I remember right. Why put the signal right in front of the platform? I mean, seriously. Who does that? And the fact that I think it was probably a mixture of the game probably putting the signal that close to the platform, but also my own fault because I didn't stop in time. But you know what? More than likely it's probably the latter. It always is the latter. It's always me, no one else. But yeah, we're going with New York. I do have some interesting travel movements. I mean, like, before I started working at BA, I think I actually did go on one of these trips when I was working for BA. I actually went on a couple of volcano walks. Now, that is strange to hear, but yeah, I did take a shine in walking up active volcanoes. I still do, but it's finding the time. But anyway, yeah, I walked up Mount Etna in Sicily, walked up to the summit of that, and I walked up Mount Vesuvius, which is in Naples. Now, Mount Vesuvius is only half of a volcano, because those of you who knows the history of Pompeii, thank you, Cherry, the volcano in that Mount Vesuvius actually blew itself apart, so it's actually half of a volcano. So it's not as much of a hike as Mount Etna, but the fact that you're actually on a place that could possibly kill you in seconds, it was a surreal experience. I mean, with Mount Vesuvius as well, I'd say that was actually more dangerous than Mount Etna. I mean, Mount Etna was an active volcano, but when I was up Mount Vesuvius, they had a guide up there. He was wearing, for some reason, he was wearing like a mask or something. I can't handle the heat. I probably couldn't do something like that. I mean, it was. I did have people say that I was an absolute psycho. Hang on a minute. Is that another train? Oh my god, we're actually sharing. Is that diesel? No way. Hi, Diesel. Hi. Hi, Diesel. Give another whistle, why not? Right, so we're just coming into Williton. If anyone in the chat remembers, was this the place where we failed the Scotsman scenario? I honestly can't remember. Stop it right there. There we go. Open the doors. So yeah, I think when it came to volcano hiking, is it volcano walking, volcano hiking? It was an odd idea of a hobby. I'm not even sure if you can call it a hobby, but anyway. Yeah, I think it was partly the movie Dante's Peak. Now, I know that's about an active volcano going off, but for some reason it inspired me to see and walk up an active volcano. The fact that it's a place that not necessarily will be the same next time you visit it. So, like, take Mount Etna, for example. When I walked up that volcano, a week later it actually erupted. It wasn't a massive eruption, but it did actually erupt. So now everywhere I walked on that volcano is now completely different. So you have to. So when you do volcano walks, you have to think, well, if I ever come here again, would that still be here next time I visit? Exactly. So yeah, going back to what I was saying with Vesuvius. Yeah, so when I was at the top of Vesuvius, there was a chap wearing not a full-on face mask, but one of those like small masks. And out of curiosity, I asked him, "What are you wearing a face mask for?" And he said, "Yeah, the volcano is actually emitting not lava, but a gas. So the volcano was actually dangerous in a silent kind of way. So you couldn't actually spend too much time up there if you were without a face mask, because otherwise you would start feeling the effects, which I found both scary but amazing at the same time. The fact that you can't see the thing that's killing you. It was a surreal experience. Oh yeah, speaking of that trip, it was part of a tour. I did that volcano walk up, and beforehand we went to a restaurant where you get stone-baked pizzas, which sounded amazing. But the pizza I had, I would not have called that a pizza. No, not even close. I mean, the dough itself was nice and crispy, but the tomato and cheese on it, it literally run off it when you took a bite out of it. It was so runny. You could say it was basically a tomato soup in a pizza base. The tomato was so runny, like you couldn't even cut it up properly without the tomato running everywhere. Oh, it was a surreal trip though. Exactly, ew. It was a really good experience though, but honestly, if I were to do that again, I would not stay in the city of Naples. Partly down to the fact you couldn't explore the city without loads of beggars coming towards you and going, oh, in their Italian accent. I can't do an Italian accent, so I won't humour you guys. I'll go on it. Like this woman one time, I was walking back to my hotel, and she came up to me in a Italian accent. Oh no, money I need for my baby, and it's like, I don't have any money. I mean, she would not leave me alone. So she literally followed me all the way to my hotel door, in which case the security staff told her to go away. But yeah, they're really determined in Naples. Really determined. All right, off we go. I wonder how far we are along the route. I think Williton was like, hopefully, the halfway mark. So let's crack on with this. We're already further than what we were in the Scotsman, so that's saying something. So yeah, so what I tend to do with my trips, especially with the volcano ones, I do one of two things. I either go all out with the flights and then cheap out with the hotel, or the other way around. So what I did with that trip to Vesuvius, I went all out with the flights. Bearing in mind, this was back when before I worked with British Airways. I basically went business class down to Naples, and then bought like a Ibis Styles hotel in the city of Naples. It was a surreal experience going club for the first time, but I wished I had gone all out with the hotel. And then when I went to Etna in Sicily, I think this was about a year later, I did the opposite. So I cheaped out on the flights, but spent all out with the hotel. So where my hotel actually was, it was actually on the volcano itself. So it was about halfway up, and it overlooked it for miles, like literally for miles. You could probably it looked over the city of Catania and then some. The scenery was so amazing. I mean, I get you need some confidence and maybe probably a death wish to go and stay on a volcano, but this is my recommendation. If you're ever going to do it like that. Stay on the volcano and have a view like that. I mean, I think the hotel itself I stayed for, I was only there for 5 nights. I think the entire stay was like, I think it was like 500 and something pounds. Well, I don't know how much that would be in dollars, but yeah, and it was called a Superior Double Room, which doesn't sound all that much, but when you see the view that you had, I would say that was money well spent. Money well spent. I was like $700. See, hearing that it was $700, that makes it sound even more expensive. Oh, short whistle. There we go. Yeah, and I'll also have, this is for both trips as well, I had a VIP transfer to go from the hotel to the airport and vice versa. And it was just one of those Mercedes Vito vans in Catania. I mean, if you saw Catania, you probably understand it. But in Naples, I got the full treatment and got like one of those high-end executive Mercedes. And leaving a cheap hotel in a car like that, I did get a few stares when I got out of the car. So yeah, so that's my volcanic history. Literally. Not am I slowing down? Yes, and going back to Etna, I did actually experience, I know someone I know, it was Cherry, she experienced a earthquake recently, only a small one, but I kind of understand what an earthquake feels like, because Etna did have minor tremors, not full-on earthquakes, but like small tremors. So during the night you would get like a small tremor. It did kind of nerve you up a little bit, because you think, oh no, is it going off? Is it going off? I mean, fortunately it didn't. I mean, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% on my volcanic lore. I'm not entirely sure whether Etna is on a tectonic plate or something, which is going haywire right now. It was literally last year, actually, that Etna actually did go off, like full-on go off. I was like, oh, I'm glad I went when I did. I mean, now the eruption actually managed to make it to Catania, if I remember right, seeing it from the news. Right, so anyone new joining the stream, hello there. Yep, we are driving Thomas the Tank Engine. We were originally driving the Flying Scotsman. Failed the scenario after 2 stops. Absolute fail on my part. Went through a red signal. So I've hopefully made up for it by driving Thomas the Tank Engine here. And to be honest, I'm glad I made this decision, because Thomas is a heck of a lot easier to drive. I was originally supposed to be playing Croc, but due to technical reasons, I had to make a last-minute decision and go to Train Sim World. I mean, I know lots of people are saying, well, why don't you play like Minecraft or other games that are much more interesting? Yeah, I kind of get that on a viewing standpoint. You want loads of viewers and things like that. But when you're starting streaming like I am, you want a game that you can play, but try and get into the role, if that makes sense. So like, a game like this, there's not really much to do. All you've basically got to do is balance the throttle and keep the train from speeding. So there's not much to do, so you can actually focus on getting used to the chatting. I mean, hopefully I have gotten used to the chatting, in which case I'll stream more in the future. But yeah, and one thing I will be honest, and probably people watching the chat will probably figured this out, is finding a subject. I did have subjects in mind before I started the stream, but that failed scenario with the Scotsman has completely thrown me off. It's completely thrown me off, and I've completely forgotten what it is that I'm that I was talking about. So that's my mind completely thrown haywire. How far are we from... What's our next stop called? Stogumba. That's streaming for you, exactly. I mean, if anyone on the chat who's if anyone wants to follow Cherry's channel, please do go and follow her. She's an amazing streamer. She does things like she plays games sometimes. She does have a stream this evening, so do go and follow her and enjoy her amazing stream. Absolutely amazing. She is the one. Oh, that's fine. It's okay to be a yapper. I'll probably yapped on my stream, to be honest. Probably waffled on at no end, and probably think people are thinking, what are you talking about? Especially if they join the stream now and I'm talking about active volcanoes on a train game. Yeah, so do go and follow her. She will be streaming this evening, so if you manage to catch her, do enjoy her streams. She's absolutely amazing. Right, so where are we now? We're coming up to Stogumba. I have to say it like that. It sounds weird. I can't say it any other way. Stogumba. Cows! Cows! We got cows! If anyone's admiring my camera work here, again, I said this earlier during the journey, it's finding the right angle where you can get a good look at the train. Cows! Exactly, cows! Cows! It's finding the right angle to get a decent view of the train and get a view of the route and focus on what I'm doing. Is this an actual stop? Am I opening the doors? Actually, to be honest, in the Scotsman, I don't remember going through this one. So I think we're not at that part where we failed the scenario originally. Alright, coming to a halt. Oh, a lot of people wearing blue here. Stogumba. Sounds... I could be wrong, but it does sound German. Voila! Open the doors. Oh, what's this side? Coffee and... what does that say? Chicory? Chicory? Coffee and chicory. Oh, fair enough. Again with the table mustard. They must have loved mustard back in the day. Mustard everywhere. Again, mustard! Back in the day, they loved their mustard, it seems. What's this? Stick adhesive products. Oh, excuse me there. What else we got? No, that's pretty much it. Oh, we got a nice little poster in there. If anyone else is watching the stream and they were on trains back in the day, was mustard actually a thing back there? Because all I've seen on this scenario is signs for mustard. What are they waiting for? We had this with the Scotsman. Why are they waiting? I'm nowhere near the crossing. Maybe they're all waiting for when I leave and then going. Developer's inside joke. Yeah, probably. They're cruelly making them wait. Those cruel developers saying, no, you have to wait until the train's gone. Ha 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 ha. Those evil people. Whoa! Those are some interesting jeans right there. Purple with red boots. Wow. That is an interesting style right there. Right. I wonder how far we are on... Are we... We're nearly at the end by the looks of it. Probably see people watching the stream going, oh, thank God for that. Right, coming up to go time. And one thing with this scenario as well, if you ever come to do it, Thomas does stop at every station, as you've probably worked out. The Scotsman, we wouldn't have been doing that. We would have just been stopping at the major places. I have no idea what the major places would have been. But, yeah, so next stop is Crocombe Heathfield, so that's where we failed our Scotsman scenario. All because, you know what, I'm just going to say it, I did not stop in time. I'm man enough to admit I've made a mistake. A lot of people would just say, oh, it's the game for putting that thing closer. What else can I yap about? Oh yeah, but let's talk about my job for a little bit here. So yeah, part of my job is aircraft pushback. Now, what that entails is I'm not driving the big trucks that you see at airports sometimes. I'm actually driving a robot called a Twtich. Now, what that little robot does, it hooks up to the front nose gear of an aircraft, and it lifts it up off the ground, which is amazing when it's a full flight. And then what I do, I've got a little controller, I've got a radio control, and I actually follow it out and control where the aircraft goes. But the thing is, we have to know the lingo. And what I mean by the lingo is that you have to know your, I think the right word for it is phonetic alphabet. So like you have to know your Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. You have to know all of those. And the thing is with my job as well, that is now compulsory if you want to actually do my job. It never was beforehand, but it now is compulsory to be able to do aircraft pushback as part of my supervisor role. And you know, and it actually did put up my pay a little bit as well, which is a bonus in itself, literally a bonus. Oh, thank you, Cherry. Yeah, it does sound really cool, doesn't it? I mean, when we get something what's called a remote stand, which is basically when we get one of those stands where you have to go up a set of steps, which is an absolute nightmare when you're a passenger. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense to us. We drive to the stand in a car, but yeah. But anyway, it does actually come in handy. Yeah, it does, absolutely. Not necessarily for airport work, but you can actually use it. Like, say if you were trying to spell something out on the phone to someone, you can actually use the phonetic alphabet. As long as you don't try and use it to, like, to try and cuss at people. It's like, I know I said I'd never swear on this stream, but I actually called, rather than call them it directly, I did call someone I did say the F word in the phonetic alphabet. So, like, I did call someone a Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo. And we'll leave it at that. It does come in handy sometimes. Nice, yeah, exactly. And you know, the funny thing was, he didn't understand a word I meant. So, in a way, I kind of got away with it. It's annoying when you meet someone that actually knows it, and then they're able to respond back. You completely lose the argument straight away. So yeah, so aircraft pushback, and when you're on these remote stands, the passengers actually see you setting it up. Now, normally when you see people getting on these planes, they're all taking pictures of the plane, saying, "Oh wow, we're near a plane," and all that. Yeah, but then when they turn and see you setting up something that small, about to push out their plane, they're all like, "Oh wow, look at that." So it just goes to show where their priorities are, doesn't it? Yeah, so, and sometimes with my job as well, I have to not only load the flights, but then straight away push them out. That's what we call a load and push. So we have to basically prioritize both, but we're given about 30 minutes to load up an aircraft, at minimum. And we have to try and get the aircraft ready to push back and load it up and get everything on board at the same time. It's a lot to think about. And then people wonder why I'm stressed out. When you've had a day like mine, I did actually say to someone, "Do you think you could do my job?" And without hesitation, they went, "No." After describing my job to them, they literally went, "No." No reason or anything, they just went, "No." Oh, crossing. That's exactly right, yeah, that's exactly right, Cherry. Yeah, I have to make sure everything is in the exact place of what it says on the little load sheet they give me. And I had that today when I was actually loading up the long haul flights today. And we had a flight that was going to Los Angeles. And everything had to be in the exact same place, which means I'm walking up and down the stand, making sure I load up, push the all the cargo onto each truck to make sure it's loaded onto the aircraft in the exact way. And it can be a very, very tiring job. And I'm not just saying that to win people over, but it is a very, very tiring job. But with the perks you get, it is totally worth it. I mean, I personally get satisfaction from my job because I'm a transport / train plane lover, so I enjoy that regardless. But if you're doing it solely for the money, you have to be absolutely sure that is what you want. I think one time when I was working, I had one of those step counters on, and I checked it out, and I kid you not, when I was doing a day of just long haul flights, I think I had about 25,000 steps on my phone. So it does give you an idea of what my job entails. Right, we're just coming into Crowscombe Heathfield, which is where we failed our last scenario. And yeah, so we have actually made it further. So hip hip hooray. Coming in nice and slow. Bringing her in. Nice and slowly. Why is my platform empty? There we go. Beautiful. Right, so we're only at this station for a minute and a half. Let's have a look around. Any more weird posters? Let's see. Nope. Wow, I think we might have found the first platform that hasn't mentioned mustard. I say that, I'm probably going to find one now. Oh, what's this? A lamp room. Is that where people go to assess about lamps? Quick, I'm having a panic attack. Quick, into the lamp room. Quick, calm down. Lamp room. Lamp room. There's your lamp room right there. I mean, it probably means something completely different. I mean, I'm not completely clued up in train folklore. It probably is something. It's probably literally a lamp. Probably those like fire-lit lamps or something like that. I mean, I could be wrong. If anyone watching the stream wants to correct me, do go right ahead. Yeah, a bloody lamp room. Right, so that means that we are the second to last stop from the end. This is a lot better than the stream I did, not just earlier with the Scotsman, but yesterday's stream, if anyone was tuning in, because that one I actually failed as well, right at the end, which was such an annoyance. You get all that way, you think, haha, I'm going to pass the scenario, only to fail literally right at the end. That's such an annoyance. Alright, how long we got? Oh, we're just about to set off now. Ready to close the doors. There we go. Little toot, off we go. 4 miles to the end. 4 miles to the end of the stream. Oh, I actually enjoyed the stream. If anyone else has enjoyed it, please do let me know. Next time I stream, I probably won't do Train Sim World. I'll try and step up my game a little bit. Because now I've gotten used to the idea, I think I might try... Oh, thank you, Cherry, thank you. I will try and up my game in the future. Oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I will try and up my game in the future. So I think what I'll try and do is try and get more active games. So I might, for my next stream, I might try some Minecraft. Either Minecraft or maybe a driving game. Because I do have Gran Turismo. So maybe a driving game, maybe Minecraft, or maybe, and this was suggested to me, I think it was Cherry actually that suggested this to me, maybe one of the Dragon Ball games, like maybe a fighting game, something a bit more active. Because again, anyone who's just joined the stream, if anyone's watching, I'm not looking at how many viewers I've got, I am losing my words there. I am new to streaming. This is literally my third live stream, so I am still getting used to things. That's why I haven't got the full bells and whistles on the chat or whichever. I am still getting used to this, so if anyone's watching the stream and think, oh, there's not much to see here, do bear with me. I am learning the ropes. I'm not exactly the amazing VTubers I see. Speaking of VTubers, I find it absolutely amazing how they're able to do the streams that they do and still be able to do their normal lives, like go to work and everything. I mean, that is multitasking on another level. I say, hats off to them. I say, I don't think I could ever become a VTuber. I think it's like being Spider-Man. I suppose it is in a way, isn't it? You got like a alter ego. It's like you fight crime on your streams and then you come back to the real world to to be the normal you. Cows, we got cows. Cows. It would be nice to see other animals. I mean, I know farmland they have sheep and other things like that. It would be nice to see some sheep. Cows. More cows. God, my camera work is one to be desired. How far are we? 2.5 miles. Going back to, yeah, so I think I'll definitely up my game on my next stream. It will probably it probably won't be for maybe a while because of work and things like that. But, well, any streamer faces the same problems of work and normal day life. So finding the time to stream, I've worked out, is probably one of the hardest things. You got to try and work it out. So, I mean, I'm off work tomorrow, but I'm going to use that for some R&R, I think, because recently I've been starting at 4:15 a.m. at work, and I booked tomorrow off specifically for R&R. I mean, I could not do a 4:15 a.m. start. I mean, that would have literally pushed me over. Seriously. Right, if anyone's just joining the stream, thank you for joining. My name is Jack Cub, and you have joined, I'm going to call this the Cub stream, with the Thomas Express. We were originally the Flying Scotsman, but unfortunately we did fail the scenario. A mistake on my part. I did go for a red signal. I do apologise. So we are not driving the Scotsman now. We are driving the lovely Thomas the Tank Engine. Say hi, Thomas. Thank you very much. I keep speeding. This is downhill, isn't it? So we've got 2 miles to go, which means 2 miles to the end of the stream. Oh, which is a shame. I've enjoyed this one. This was a lot more fun than the Scotsman stream I did yesterday. Because the Scotsman one, I was still able to make the chat. But again, I wasn't because I was having to focus on the Scotsman so much. It's a nice train, don't get me wrong. It's a nice train to drive, but I mean, if you're trying to stream and drive a train that technical, I mean, hats off if you're able to do that. 1.5 miles, so nice little train, isn't it? Oh dear, I think I've yapped myself out. I'm literally struggling for a subject. I mean, actually, going back to what I said about the scenery around here, I mean, if anyone's watching the stream, and can you tell me if this is actually how it is in real life, or whether you think the developers are just working on photographs? Because some parts look absolutely amazing, like in the stations or whatever, but some parts, when you get round here, I mean, some of them can be a bit sparse. I know it's a train game, you're mainly focusing on the train and driving the train, but it would be nice to have something to look at, you know? I mean, the train itself is absolutely amazing. I mean, what? Of course it's amazing. It's Thomas the Tank Engine, for heaven's sake. Right, 1.5 miles to go. Till the end of my stream. Till the end of my stream. With the one you love. Oh my god, I can't believe I started singing there. Maybe I should try that one time. Maybe I should try and do a stream and... That is a very good question. That is I think it might be made by Unreal Engine. I mean, I think I've seen it on the opening credits. I think you could be right. I think it is made by Unreal Engine. I'll have to look that up. Mile to go. Any more cows we can shout at? Is that a sport? Cow shouting? Coming in hot. If you're joining the stream now, yes, I have literally yapped myself out. I never thought I'd do that in my life, but I have actually literally yapped myself silly. And I'm not the sort of person to yammer on, especially when it comes to talking about myself. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not exactly a fun person when it comes to like meeting me in person. I'm actually more very, very down to earth. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, though. I mean, it might be. I do like to have fun every now and then, but I'm not a drinker or anything like that. It is going really well. Thank you very much. It has been a very good stream. Thank you. I mean, you've joined us right at the end there, but it has been a very, very good stream. We had one failed scenario, if you're just joining us. And yeah, we had a failed scenario where we actually went through a red light on the Scotsman. So we had to completely restart what I was doing, and now we're driving Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, say hi to the newcomers, Thomas. Thank you very much. Right, so we're about a few yards away from our final destination. So if you have just joined the stream, I do apologise. We are coming to the end now. It's downhill here. I hope I've made up for the Scotsman fail anyway. It was, thank you. If you wanted to see me fail epically, you would have done. Thomas has been chill. It is a lot easier to drive Thomas than what it was to drive the Scotsman. If you were here at the beginning of the stream, you would have seen why. Alright, slower right down. 10 mile an hour. Ugh. God, it's like London. 20 mile an hour through London. Jeez. I was actually tempted to do a London commuter route, but you have to focus on those things so much, I probably would have ended up just streaming in silence. So I think this particular scenario was a good call. Pulling in nicely. You know what? Let's finish with a finish. Finish with a finish. And to a halt. Ta-da! We made it! We made the full route of the West Somerset Railway. Wow, I wonder if this is the end of the scenario. Because on the last one we had to take the train up to that water tower, which is where I went, which is where I failed. So I wonder if this is the end of the scenario or whether it's going to carry on. Lock the doors. Objective complete! Woohoo! Hell yeah! How did we do? We got a... Oh wow, we got a platinum medal for that one. Happy days, happy days. Accuracy bonus. We got an on-time bonus. No junction changes. No. Oh, thank God, there's no left vehicle. Jeez. So yeah, that was 9,000 points there. I don't know if that's a good thing. I'll have to check that afterwards. But yeah, that is the end of that scenario with Thomas the Tank Engine driving the West Somerset Railway. Thank you very much for the well done and the perfect. Thank you so much. So that was my first stream where I've actually managed to complete a game that I would set out to finish. So yeah, so I will be streaming more games again in future. Most likely, my next stream will probably be either a Minecraft stream or maybe a driving stream, depending on which one I decide to do. So thank you very much indeed, everyone, for joining the chat. And thank you all for joining my first Cub stream. And hope to see you all on the next one. Bye-bye, Cherry. Thank you. And I'll see you all again on the next run. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, people. Bye-bye.